Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today on This Needs to Be Said segment. I get my words tied up. Segment of This Needs to Be Read. And today, for those that love to be in nature, this is the perfect book for you. I am endorsing this book, and this book is already a Christmas gift for someone. How to Grow. Nurture Your Garden, Nurture Yourself. And it's by Marcus Bridgewater. And you all may have known who he was before today's show, but if you haven't, go ahead while we're talking out to Instagram because you're going to instantly be connected with him, as I was. Welcome to This Needs to Be Said, Marcus. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you today?
I'm on top of the world. Thank you for putting this book together. I'm a bookworm, book nerd. Every opportunity that I can be near books, reading books, sharing books, I love that opportunity. Your book gave me something for me, and I instantly, when I saw it, I was like, well, this is for me, but I know somebody like 6 months from now who would love this book. She may even have to get it early because she's always distracted by being outside in her garden. And just the preparation that she does, she went to take care of her mom for a couple of weeks, and she says, I'm going to have to load up some of my plants so that I can look after them, while I'm with my mom. And I'm thinking, that's a cool thing because, gardens when I was a kid, well, you don't know this, but when I was a kid, a garden was just in your backyard. It wasn't portable.
Right.
You didn't take it. You couldn't do it in an apartment. So anyway, I know she's going to be excited about your book. But it's not just about gardening. It's you're making a parallel between how we take care of ourselves and how we take care of a garden. So I want to just crack open your sections right now. And plus, she's a personal trainer, so she's absolutely going to love your book. So, but talk to me about where did it start for you? Like you started noticing gardening and, the parallels in life, the lessons, what we do for the garden, we need to do for ourselves kind of thing. And tell that really, break it down for people like me because I don't have a green thumb. I can kill anything.
Oh, understood. Well, okay, so let me say that by starting off with, I got 16 plants as a housewarming gift, got them home, and killed more than half of them within 2 months.
Oh.
And I was desperate to keep the others alive. And in that process, I really doubled down on my research and on my attempts to experiment on what actually benefited the plant. And in doing so, I found that there was a lot of times I was getting in the way. I was doing things that wasn't beneficial to the plant. So I had to check myself, right? And in the essence of checking myself, I was forced to find it in myself to really slow down and watch what I was doing. And in doing that, I started learning about myself that much more. And at the same time, I was having that much more problems with my 9-to-5. And I just had so much more work to do. So the 40-hour weeks were turning into 70-hour weeks. And that's really crippling to your body and to your spirit. So the more I spent time in the garden, the more I found my spirit being nurtured and being energized. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. And the spiritual journey I had been on up to that point just all came together to allow the flood of understanding I had from all those different experiences, both myself and from others, and pull them together in a way that made for a kind of cohesion that I think was profound. And I feel really blessed to have been there. But a lot of that happened with me putting my hands in the soil, stopping to look at the roots, and then paying attention to the different plants themselves and seeing correlations between each plant and me as a person.
Now, when you talked about working 70 hours, just working a lot and you don't have time to take care of anything else, and then working in the garden, did you find that you slowed down at work? Did you, what was the lesson or the message that you discovered during that time? Or was that when your plants did better because you weren't bothering them so much?
It was several things. One, there was some serendipity to what you're talking about there in terms of like the time and being away from the plants and them having a chance to just do their own thing. And that turned out to be its own lesson, to be like, oh, I'm not making you grow. I can't make you grow, but I can foster an environment where you want to grow. So as long as I nurture that environment, you're going to do your thing, and it's going to be amazing. So you just got to let you do your thing and what that is. But one of the things that I think really changed the game was putting plants together. And when I put those plants together and I had them all in the same planter, I saw them spread out in terms of where their roots went. Some roots were shallow, some roots went to the bottom, some roots were in the middle, but the plants were trying to figure out where they were going to occupy space to grow. And I took that as a lesson to my classroom, and it did wonders for how I, as a teacher and as a gardener to each of these students, their own plant, nurtured them to spread their roots out, so to say, within the course, so that we all grew together by the end of the course.
That is, yeah. I'm gonna work on not killing any more plants. My husband, he buys them for me, and my job is really just to look at them, because he does a better job of it. So just that is that's extraordinary that you say if you allow a person or a plant to do its own thing, that they would be amazing. And it's scary, I think, sometimes when you think of a human. Well, I don't want him to be too amazing. He might think I'm not amazing and leave me. I don't know. Let's keep him right here. You know, so that is a powerful lesson. So being connected with nature is like my first step. Like I want to be outside more and connected with nature and keep, try not to kill anything. That's where I am. But I'm hanging on to your book and I'm gifting it to someone else. Well, but I wanted to ask you, because you have it broken down. Oh, go ahead. Come on, jump in, please.
I was just going to say, don't worry about the killing the plants. Like, be prepared to kill 100. It's really in the loss and the lessons that you pull from loss that you create tools that you can use for your growth in the future. So don't see the loss as a problem. Unless you're not learning from it, right? Like that's where it's a problem. If you're not learning from whatever happened. So as long as you're taking notes and you can apply those notes to your next plant, man, keep trying.
So starting today, actually, because I hadn't learned anything other than keep my hands off the plant. So starting today, oh my gosh, I'm not thinking that. But his book is broken up into 3 sections on mental health, physical fitness, and spiritual awareness. And our time is up. You can tell the audience, if this needs to be said, where they can pick up a copy of How to Grow.
How to Grow, Nurture Your Garden, Nurture Yourself is sold everywhere books are sold. So you can pick it up anywhere that you fancy.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, and much success as you continue to share this with other people like myself. Deliver us. Set us free. This has been fun, and I'll see you out on Instagram. Have a super day, and thank you.
Thank you. Please send me a DM. This was a pleasure. Thank you.
I sure will. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to This Needs to Be Said. I hope you've gained something from what has been shared. Send me your comments and show ideas through the website at tntbsmedia.com. I'd love to hear from you.